How do we decide which God to follow from the thousands of options? Well, several years ago, Ricky Gervais said if he was asked, do you believe in God? He'd say, which one? That's a good question. You see, when we look through time and cultures, there have been literally countless gods. More or less every single tribe, nation, empire has had a divine being or beings. Hit pause. That in and of itself is interesting. Think about it. Every single human civilization that has ever existed has looked out at the world and said, there must be a God. That's a strange thing to conclude, that there must be some invisible being behind all of this. I mean, sure, if a couple of random sci-fi geeks had the idea, they might write a screenplay, but nearly all people, it's as if the idea is ineradicably ingrained in the human psyche. It's almost as if it's self-evident to us when we look at the world that there's a God. Gervais said there would be more atheists if we stopped teaching God in schools. But we've actually run that experiment countless times in history, and the pattern is clear. Every single tribe, race, country has invented gods. There's no denying it that we humans yearn for the idea of God. But what next? Can we really know if these gods exist and what they're like? Well, let's think about how gods emerge. Different civilizations begin to describe gods from what they see around them. Perhaps they name them Zeus, Thor, Vishnu, Apollo. That's how different gods develop. Many decide there are multiple gods, attaching certain gods to certain things like the sun, sea, love, or my personal favourite, Cardia, the Roman goddess of door hinges. She must have shown up late to the Mount Olympus job centre that day. And over time, these stories develop about these gods, and if you pushed people, they knew these were myths written by poets. The Romans knew their god stories weren't literally true, but they'd become a cultural way of expressing things that were true about the world and the higher powers. In any society, there was presumably a mix of people who believed without thinking, some superstitiously, some nominally, and others who said, of course, it's all nonsense. Well, there's many today that actually end up inventing their own personal God, a bit like choosing a Subway sandwich. Yeah, I'm going to have lots of love and acceptance, prayers answered, obviously, hold the judgment and the commandments. My God just basically agrees with me. Then there's others who say, everybody's right. Call this the Russell Brand School of Divinity. Just hedge your bets, get all the tattoos, all the religions tattooed down your arm and say, look, they're all true. They all point at the same universal truth. As Russell says, find a way of relating to the divine and create your own religion. And look, the problem with all of this is these gods are all, in some sense, man-made. They've been invented, imagined, created, even named. And that doesn't mean some of what they describe is incorrect when they say things like, God must be very powerful to have created the world. Most can agree with that. Does it mean his name's Odin? Who knows? Ultimately, if humans have created this God, it doesn't seem particularly factual or reliable. It's a pretty crazy idea if there's an all-powerful God who created us that we get to name them, to describe them, tell them what they're like. Do you think maybe they have their own character? You see, the only way we could actually know what God is like is if they revealed themselves to us. Otherwise, it's just a guess. Now, this narrows our options considerably. We have a number of times that people claim God revealed himself. The trouble is, God only revealed himself to just them. One person, nobody else saw anything. So how can we trust them? I mean, it could be, or maybe they were having a rough day, ate some weird berries. There's no way to verify this revelation except their word. Muslims trust Muhammad. Mormons trust Joseph Smith. And to make it worse, in many cases, those individuals got crazy wealthy and powerful. That's asking a lot from us to trust them with our souls. The good news is God hasn't left it to us just to guess or decide or follow one person's vision. He has revealed himself clearly. See, if we look at all the books on every religion and all the historic accounts and ask, well, when did God reveal himself repeatedly to multiple people in a verifiable way? The huge list of thousands comes down to one. It comes down to one. The story of a carpenter called Jesus, who actually didn't claim to just tell people about God. He claimed to be God. And he's the only one who's made that claim, who then also backed it up repeatedly with proof. The Judeo-Christian God is the only one who reveals himself and shows himself. Through history, he has supported his claims with powerful and persuasive evidence. So how do we decide which God to follow from the thousands of options? We only really have three options. Firstly, give up. Say, it's all a joke, it's too difficult, I don't follow any. But that seems pretty lazy and foolish. Secondly, you can pick the most convenient to you because maybe your family or culture follows it, or it makes you feel good. But that's just convenience, it's not truth. Or thirdly, look at when God has actually convincingly and powerfully revealed himself. The Bible describes Jesus like this: he is the image of the invisible God. When you see Jesus, you see God. You can know for certain what he's like. So the thousands of gods really tell us nothing other than that humans naturally yearn for God, or that humans will lie for power or even lie to themselves for convenience. All I ask is that you look for yourself, not at all the times humans have reached out for God, but at the one time God reached out for us.